How's it, man?
I'm all right. How are you doing, Mr. Van Rooyen?
I'm very well, thank you.
Cool, man. So,
Finally we get
yeah.
to. Hi, so everyone that's watching the live, so this guy is from Paarl, where I grew up, my hometown. So he's gonna ask me a few questions about where I am now in life. I am assuming, as a fellow Paarl guy. So yeah, you guys can just stay tuned and yeah, I'll take it. You can take it from here.
All right, cool. Thanks you. Thanks, Charlie, for the introduction. Um,
Yeah.
so, yeah, so basically what I just wanted to, like I have, for those of you joining from my side, I normally just speak to people from Paul that are doing amazing things, like Charlie Van Rooyen. And I just wanted to share a bit of his story. Of course, he's from Johannesburg. He's from Paul, living in Johannesburg. So it's very difficult to interview him here in Paul. But Mr. Van Rooyen, how are you doing under lockdown as an artist?
For the right here, it's tough because professional artists in South Africa they work project based. So and I know for me, like I had about 15 shows that was cancelled since last month, and so but yeah, and also I teach a lot. So everything I do is very physical. So I work at a gym as well. I'm a fitness instructor. I I am a teacher. I teach at different schools and universities, and also I choreograph. I create shows. So that all falls under entertainment, of course. But yeah, unfortunately, everything had to be cancelled.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but I've been very lucky and blessed to always have a lot of work.
Mhm.
So I've managed to save, but savings, even the savings they go at some point.
Okay, cool.
So I think, so yeah, so far it sucks because you can't go anywhere,
Yeah.
and it's hard for artists to stay at home like whole day, every day. So yeah, that's a bit tough, but under the circumstances, all good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so for the guys that are joining from Paul, Charlie Van Rooyen is from Paul. He is a professional choreographer, professional dancer, professional fitness instructor. I think he's been on every single continent so far this year. I want to hear about, I mean, so far in his lifetime. But I think we just need to start from the beginning, Charlie. So you went to New Orleans primary and high school. Where were we?
Yes, you're right. Primary and high school.
So what were the highlights of the school loopbaan? I mean, were you always the
School
dancer?
robot. It's funny because my cousin used to do dance from a very young age. She used to do ballet. So she was the only one in my family who used to dance. And we used to go watch her when they have concerts like once a month or something like that. And I didn't think that I was ever going to dance. Because, especially in Paul, like dance is not seen as like a career path you can take. So for me it was, I don't know, I think I was just tired of the subject I had at school. So I thought maybe if I take dance as a subject at school, it's going to be easier because you're just going to dance and you get marks. Until I got there, and it was a completely different thing, completely different story. You have to learn the anatomy of the body. You have to know every bone, every muscle in the body. You have to know what bone connects. It's almost similar to science.
Mm, mm.
So yeah, it wasn't as easy as I thought it would be. But that's how
Yeah.
I started.
And then after school, what you go home and you say, Mom, I want to become a dancer for the rest of my life. I'm gonna dance. And what was their reaction?
Yeah, obviously my family wasn't really happy because I decided to obviously take dance. But I remember while I was still in school, I was lucky to know this company called Jazz Dance Theatre. They're one of the most well-known companies in South Africa. And they used to come to our school and give classes like once every 3 months or something like that. And that's how I got to know of them. And it just happened that my cousin auditioned for them 3 years before I went there, and she got in. So that's when I decided, no, I'm also going to work my office because I wasn't sure if my family was going to be able to support or afford me going to college or varsity.
Mm.
So when I heard they were coming back to our school, I made sure I applied and I went to audition for them. And yeah, it just happened that I got a full scholarship from them. And the beauty about studying with them is I was able to, while I was studying full time with them dancing, it was compulsory to study through UNISA. So you could study whatever you want. And they paid for everything. So yeah, that's how I got to study
Yeah.
with them. And yeah.
So where does the dancing come in? Is it a family thing, or is it just always just been a passion from very small?
I don't know. It's definitely not a family thing. And I don't know. I think I wanted to, my aim was to try it out. And it just happened that while I was trying it out, I started falling in love with it.
Mm.
So I started with contemporary, but the minute I went studying at this company, I was exposed to so many other dance forms and other styles.
Mm.
So I think that's what excited me and interested me in the beginning.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So
it's
tell
not
me
a
about
fan
so
thing.
yeah. So you studied, you finished. So when was the first big Charlie gig? I mean, you studying, you're doing your thing, you're practicing every day. When was the first time when Charlie's like, I'm getting paid to actually dance?
Oh, so I was very lucky that my scholarship included a subsidy allowance. So while I was studying full time, I was able to get my own apartment, buy my own food, and because I got a subsidy allowance. So um, so I really started getting a salary while I was studying full time.
Okay.
So only when I left that company, when I went to work all over, that's when I uh, realized that shit. I don't know if I can swear, but I
Right.
thought shit. Because for me, I remember my subsidy allowance was 3,500
Wow.
or 4,000 rand a month. I don't know, one of the two. And for me, that was a lot of money.
Yeah.
Because I just came out of school, so yeah, 3,000 was a lot for me. But then I realized the more you earn and the more you work, the more your expenses. So, yeah.
And then tell me something, 2013, how important was so you think you can dance to your professional career?
Um, so the tricky part about that is I already had a professional career when I went on station and dance.
All
I've
right.
already traveled the world. I've already worked with different companies. And so most of my dance career, I've always been told by different people what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. So when Safe and Ticket Dance came, for the first time, I wanted to do something for me, for myself.
Yeah.
Um, I was very well known in the theater industry, but I realized over time that the theater community is only this small, and I wanted to expand myself, not just as a person, but as an artist, and get more people to see my talent. and I knew that facing dance was going to bring that to me.
Mm.
So, so reason why I'm saying I wanted to do it for myself is because I spoke to a lot of people that I was very close with and that have mentored me and trained me. I told them that I wanted to do this, and they all said to me, "No, bad for you. Why do you want to go there? You already have a career. Why do you want to?" And I knew the big picture why I wanted to do it. You know, I didn't just want the dance community or the entertainment industry to know me. I wanted people at home to know you, if you know what I mean, like on a bigger scale. So for the first time, I just said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I
Okay. Yeah. So, and then tell me something. So, how important was it to move out of Western Cape to Johannesburg for your career?
um I it just happened that so the company where I was working at in Cape Town, it just happened that there was so I was very close with the director. The director was like my mentor. So there was issues at the company, and the director was almost forced out of the company. But it was very toxic after a while, and I also didn't feel that I wanted to stay there anymore. So the director, he made sure that I was fine before he leaves. So I remember the year before I moved to Joburg, he made sure that um, I came up to Joburg with him, and while I was here, he introduced me to all the big names in the industry because everyone knows him. Um, they introduced me to all the big names in the industry, and I met all of them. So by the time I went back to Cape Town, I had a lot of offers from different companies in Joburg. So it was a little bit easier for me
Okay.
um, to move down here because I
Yeah.
had a few offers and I just had to choose the right one. So,
Nice, man.
yeah.
So, so what's the one Ian Scup from of Charlie that makes him so successful in his dancing professional career?
I think I think for me it's knowing where I come from. That's the one thing that always made me work hard. I remember I was so very young. I was 17 when I said I'm gonna work my butt off to make sure that I never move back to the living conditions that I was living in because it wasn't that great,
Mm.
to be honest with you. But that's the one thing that made me push myself really hard because I didn't want to go back to living in those conditions. And I think also I've always had a business mindset. So what a lot of there's a lot of talented people in this industry, but I've seen how they come and go over
Mm.
the years.
Mm.
Because when I said, I've always been the youngest. Everywhere that I've worked, I've always been the youngest. Everyone that I've met in the industry was there 10 years or 5 years or 15 years way before me. And some of them are still where I found it.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, and over the years, I realized why. It's because artists don't really have business mindsets. A lot of artists live paycheck to paycheck, gig to gig, and as the money comes in, you spend it, and and I'm not gonna lie to you. I also used to live like that in the beginning, but I was lucky to realize it at a very early age. You know, I guess I was just always lucky to meet the right people at the right time. Because
Mm.
those were the people that used to guide me and tell me, you know what, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do that.
Mm.
So I remember, I think I was 18. When I turned 18, the first thing I did with my first paycheck, I opened a funeral policy myself. And I know people my age, they like people at 18 years old, they don't really think that far yet. But, but I just wanted to have an account. I wanted to have a debit order. I wanted to have things. to feel like I'm an adult. So that
Yeah.
was the first thing.
Tell me
Um,
something, Charlie. You were busy talking about your childhood. Paint me a picture of your childhood, please.
um, so I grew up with my mom. Um, I don't speak about my family a lot because it's a very sensitive topic. I don't really have a relationship with my mom, and I don't have one with my dad as well. My dad was never really in my life, but my mom was always there for me. She was like my best friend growing up. And with my mom, like I I don't want to talk about her because I don't want to make it sound like I'm bad mouthing her.
Mm, mm,
She's moved on with her life. I moved on with my
yeah.
life, but she she made a very abusive husband or guy. He wasn't really a husband. He was still married to another woman. But she met this guy, and he was very abusive towards her, and I could see it from day one, and I never liked that. So one day I just took my bags and I left,
Wow.
and I went to live with my another family. Put me through school. I think my last 3 or 4 years of school. Another family. It was a school friend of mine. The family just took me, and so that family looked after me for I think my last 3 years of school or 4 years.
Wow.
And yeah, so yeah, it's a city life. But you know what? I'm really grateful that it happened because it really turned me into the person I am today.
Yeah.
I could have easily, you know how it is,
Yeah.
but I thank dance every day because if it wasn't for dance, entertainment industry, um, I yeah, it taught me a lot.
Yeah. So
um,
so tell me, what is on Charlie's 5-year plan? Not everybody has a 5-year plan, but what's the future plans?
that's a very good question. So I've already started shifting careers. Like I know everyone knows me as a dancer and a choreographer, but I've started shifting careers already. I'm going into TV almost full time soon. My first TV show is supposed to start this year. Hopefully, when this lockdown ends, I'll be producing my first TV show. So I'm changing, slowly shifting gears, and also I it's a long term dream of mine that I've always wanted to do. So I wanted to start my own academy, um, which I eventually want to train up my own dancers to become professionals. Um, so the academy is next on the list. And then also I love fitness now. So the fitness industry is definitely there's a lot of opportunities there coming my way, a lot of sponsorships, a lot of collaboration. There's a lot happening in that aspect this year. And honestly, I want to stop dancing. So something I've thought about for a while now. Um, um, yeah, it's very deep. It's very deep, but for the past year now, actually 2 years, I've been wanting to stop dancing because for the longest time I've been self-challenged here at home. Um, and not to say, please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying we don't have talent, we don't have the resources, but I've I've worked with different companies all over the world, and I've seen the work ethic they have, and I've seen the kind of training that they provide, and when I come back home, it's almost like I have to start from scratch again. Um, like I don't know how to put this in a nice way, but I almost feel like every time I come home, I'm overqualified.
Mm.
Does that make sense?
Mm.
You end up just doing what they ask you to do, even though you don't feel challenged at all. And I've been feeling like that for years, even when I wasn't searching to get on.
Mm.
It was it was a similar feeling for me,
Mm.
where I ended up just doing whatever the crowd just asked me, and
Mm.
it was honestly very easy for me, without sounding like I know it all because I don't.
Mm.
But that's how I've been feeling for the past year or two. So that's why I want to stop dancing.
So,
I know it's getting hard.
yeah, but so tell me, if you get a gig to go overseas and go dance there permanently, you'll take it in a wink of an eye?
Nope. I've been offered contracts for the past 11 years now, every year, from different companies all over the world. Uh, honestly, I prefer being at home. Because here, people don't realize when if I have to move to New York, I can only work in New York City. I can only work for a specific company, and I can only go where that company goes. Where you're at home, I still get to travel the world. I get to work with different companies. I
Mm.
get to come back when I want to, and I can still do multiple other things while I'm dancing.
Mm.
So it's not as glamorous and luxurious people think it is. Um, but I've been there, I've worked there, I've seen how it is, and it's much harder for a foreigner to come into a country and just blow up,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. Um, like I've had, like even this year, I had four more contracts, and there's another one that I'm waiting for. A lot of people know, but I was supposed to join Cirque du Soleil this year, but I'm still waiting for a contract. And you know, Cirque du
Wow.
Soleil is one of the biggest companies in the whole world. So, but because it's such a big company, you just have to wait till they're ready
Wow.
for you, you know.
Yeah, so Charlie van Rooyen is in big demand worldwide. Huh?
No, I won't say demand, but yeah, I've made very good connections that I'm always able to go back to. So, which is a beautiful thing. And I think that's what kept me going over the years. It's like
Yeah.
I I'm just one of those people persons that just everywhere you go, you just
Yeah.
people like you and they want
Nice.
to stay in contact with you, and so yeah.
Cool. So Charlie, I've just got a few questions, quick questions for you to answer so we can get to know Charlie van Rooyen. I saw it was Charleston van Rooyen.
It is Charleston, but it's, I don't know. People just get used to Charlie over the years. So
Okay, so I'm gonna ask
ask
you,
away.
I've got about 16 questions. So you answer. Supper with three people, dead or alive?
Yo, my boyfriend, my best friend, and my other friend.
Um, if you were in a movie with one actress and one actor, who would the actor be and who would the actress be?
Yes. Probably the actors will be Angelina Jolie, and the actor would be Denzel Washington. Those are
Nice.
my favorites.
If you had to do a to be a choreographer for one musical singer, or which for one singer, who would it be?
Definitely Beyonce.
Okay, perfect. If you could play any instrument, what would it be, and in which band would you want to play with?
I play the piano and I play the flute as well.
Oh wow.
So I'll probably go to orchestra and go play the orchestra.
Okay, perfect. Series? Are you binge watching any series in lockdown? What do you watch?
Yes, so I'm watching. Heist, Money Heist, the new season that just came out. You have to watch it, guys. It's flipping amazing.
Okay. What was the last movie you cried in?
Yes, the Star is Born.
Okay. Good movie.
Yes.
What did you tell your 20-year-old self?
Um, have more fun because I was to focus on wanting to be famous, wanting to be known, wanting to make a success, and I forget to have fun along the way. So
Okay.
have fun.
Give me your fondest childhood memory.
I would say playing with one of my childhood friends, Remo Adwene. That's his name. I remember going to their house every day after school, and yeah, we were just I'll sleep their weekends. Like that's the one thing I always remember.
Oh,
I think
nice.
about it.
Um, give me a pinch myself moment. So a moment where you said, "Wow, Charlie, this is really happening to you."
I would say when I work with a few international celebs like Brandy, John Legend, Freshman Tanner, um, just to mention a few, I can't even think of, like, I've worked with so many big international stars that like, sometimes I have to, like, wake up Charlie to do the job.
Amazing.
But that's just to mention a few, like, and also, like, performing in arenas where there's like 70,000 people, 80,000 people, you know, and you're like, wow, this
Hmm,
is good. And
nice.
also doing like commercials with big names, working with big producers, big directors. There's quite a few.
Wow, nice. A superpower and why?
Probably invisible.
Why?
Um, I don't know. I've always had this fascination of like I like observing people. So I think I'll be an even better observer if they can't see that I'm there. So yeah, probably
Okay.
invisible.
If you had a billboard up in Paarl on the main road, Charlie's face is there with a speech bubble. What do you want to tell the world every single day right past that billboard?
Yes, that's a good question. What do Charlie wanted to know? I know it's cliche as it might sound, but maybe this is not something you should put on a billboard. But when I was young, I realized that sometimes it's the people closest to us that are keeping us from our dreams, including our parents. That's what I would put on the billboard. So listen listen to them, but make your own decision afterwards.
Okay, cool. Um, what is your biggest lesson in life now that you're a professional? What's your biggest lesson in life?
Um, I would say continue to be kind to people because you never know when you're gonna need them. Or and also, um, it's okay. It's okay not to be correct all the time.
Mm,
It's okay to say yes, I fucked up.
mm,
It's okay to humble yourself and say, you know what, it's fine. What's your suggestion?
mm,
Basically ego. Because
mm,
I know in the entertainment industry, there's a lot of egos.
mm.
And the one thing that I've learned over the years is to listen to understand and not listen to answer.
Wow, nice, nice.
So,
You prepared for that
yeah.
question.
Yes,
So
I'm ready.
lastly, yeah. So lastly, if you weren't in the dancing entertainment world, what would you be doing?
I, I, I knew I liked maths at school, so I always wanted to do mathematical science.
Oh, wow.
So I think I was gonna go into the maths. 'Cause I love numbers. I love figuring out equations and things. So I think I was gonna go into that direction.
Okay. And lastly, you've got 30 aspiring dancers at the Stadsal. They're sitting at the bottom. You on stage at the Stadsal. It's a Charlie van Rooyen inspirational day. And the question to Charlie van Rooyen is give us some advice. We want to be professional dancers, professional choreographers. What must we do to follow the footsteps of Charlie van Rooyen?
Ah, I would firstly tell them know why you want to do it. If you're there for the fame, you're there for the wrong reason. Um, and I'm speaking out of experience because I thought that's what it is. I saw people dance on TV, I saw them in adverts, and that's what I aspired to. But I didn't know what it takes to get to that point. I remember even at school, I was always the best. And then I moved to Cape Town, to the big city, where there was thousands more dancers. And I had to build myself up from scratch again. And then there I became the best. And then I left Joburg. And then I went to another country. And you got there, there's even thousands more of you. And then you constantly have to build yourself up. So never think you're superior. Like there's always room for improvement. And I would tell them like always try to make every experience educational. We don't know it all. You will never know it all. Um, and the other thing that I always tell my students is we also have to learn to unlearn certain things because we develop a lot of habits over the years. And every time you go into a new working environment, you need to learn to unlearn what you think you know and just go there with an open mind and just try to learn as much as you can. You can never learn too much. So yeah, that's what I would tell them.
Nice, man. Nice, nice. So, Charlie, when we seeing you on TV? Where do we see you? I mean, what's happening?
um, honestly, that's a very good question that I also don't know the answer to at this moment because so much has changed. Like my year really started on a high, and since this COVID-19 came in, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if my projects are going to continue, the ones that have been planned way in advance. So, because I've already been, I'm booked till October.
Wow.
So, hopefully those things are still going to happen. We can just pray to God that it will. But yeah, for those of you who want to see what I'm up to and what happened in the next few months, you can always follow me on my social media pages, and I will always update what's happening on there.
Cool, man.
So yeah, but I don't know what's gonna happen. It's not the hopefully it's not the end of the world.
Yeah. So, would you say you're living your dream?
Um, I used to think so, but I think the more you have and the more you make and the more you get, the more you want. So you will never have enough. You will always want more,
Yeah.
which is actually a messed up thing. I like challenging myself. So the minute I feel like I'm getting bored, I'm gonna look for something else.
Yeah.
And always been that way. Like I've never been someone to wait for opportunities to come to him. I always see it as a bonus when people come straight to me, but I always try to go out there and make it happen for myself.
Yeah.
So, so yeah. Mm.
Cool, man. So, Charlie, thank you so much for your time. I really, really appreciate it.
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It was a well overdue conversation.
Yes. So be safe and look after yourself, and we'll chat again soon.
Thank you so much. And thanks for doing what you do for the people of Paul. And I think they appreciate it probably very much. And I hope they get inspired by the people that you introduce them to. And where you find these people, I don't know. Hey, I don't even know how you know all these people, but you're really doing a really good job. And yeah, I hope they keep getting inspired by what you're doing.
Thanks. Your story would inspire a lot. So thank you so much for your story.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
See you,
All
man.
right, guys.
Thanks, Charlie.
Cheers.